Welcome to your inspirational astrology weekend forecast for the weekend of October 26th, 27th, and 28th, 2012. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. We have so much going on this weekend. There's a lot of intense, very exciting energy. And let's start with Friday first. I got a lot of info to tell you. Number one, we have the moon finishing up in Pisces, and it will oppose Venus. Now, this is important because Venus is going to move into Libra this weekend, but we get this final check with Venus. Venus has been in Virgo, it's been really analytical, really trying to find every little detail of how we can feel warm again, especially looking at all of our partnerships. Oh my gosh. Most importantly, it's been sextiling over to Mercury, and it's been a detective. Our heads are really going deep, wanting every little detail of how we can feel great again. Do I need 15 aspirin? Do I take that with water or soda? Blah, 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 blah. We are really at that point in our lives. But as the moon on Friday, before it goes into Aries, opposes the spot, this is the last time to remember that it's the flow. It's emotionally tapping into your gut. It's the flow in our lives which is going to help us feel warm again, and using the energy to heal, to serve people better, to use the details to serve instead of get stuck in them and stuck in worry. The warmness comes from us emotionally going with the flow, and we learn that so much as Venus leaves. But most importantly, the Sun and Saturn ending that conjunction. So the seriousness is lightening up, and as on Friday the moon slips into Aries, the heat turns on. That's because we are moving into some fire and air. Venus over the weekend is going to go into an air sign. We got the moon in fire. You're going to feel the shift. We were in a very emotional, very watery place for the last week. And on Friday, as we get amped up for the weekend, we look at our soul purpose. We look for the new starts in our life. We have to see also what it is about what we want, what our identity is with, if it is in harmony with the changes we need to make. It's really time to take a look because we have this Pluto-Uranus square. We have Uranus in Aries, and the moon's going to conjunct it on Friday night. And there's going to be this exciting, go-get-it, rebellious, fun energy. Yet we need to see if this reinvention is really helping us with the transformation. Yes, we are going deep into our souls. Yes, we are going deep into the stuff we don't like to expose, the hate, the jealousy, the weird feelings of things we desire that we don't want people to know. And we need to see if, in order for us to really put the blocks out and for us to transform in our life, is there something in our ego that needs to be reinvented? In order for the great change to happen, we must learn that our ego, our identity, our soul purpose needs to be in alignment with the spiritual change. It needs to be in alignment with what we truly desire underneath. One thing about a rising sign, or Aries, is that is our filter. This is an emotional place where this weekend we look at the filter of our lives. Is the filter of our ego, our mask to the world, is this actually in harmony with the deep truth of our inside? So this is a very deep look and a very exciting weekend. And whenever you got Aries and Scorpio energy, it's like, holy cow, there's some very intense vibe. And going into this weekend, you know what? You're probably going to want to go to a party, I'll be honest with you. But the truth is, we need to look at this identity. Now, moving into Saturday, Venus is finishing up in Virgo, and so it's the last time for us to really look around. Look at the facts of your life. Look at your details, and really see if everything in your life is feeling warm based off up here, or are you going with the flow? Can you feel warm without feeling like you need every little thing perfect? And we are really learning this. And Venus goes into Libra on Sunday, where we can really truly open up. We can truly start to feel the warmness again in our life. And throughout this weekend, it is all about us really going deep. Mercury is going to conjunct the North Node. So our minds have to go through the change. Part of this change is very intense. And Mercury is starting to square Neptune, which is going to make things confusing. And Mercury is starting to slow down. So as things start to settle in our heads, we got to make sure we're still learning to go with the flow. We need to have our heads serve our spiritual selves. And actually, our thoughts, our persona need to go through a complete change. Really, it is this change right now of truly going deep like a detective, finding out the truth and making sure that our filter, our identity, our change of who we are is in alignment with the changes that we really want deep inside. And it is all about leaving behind and letting go of the old system of our lives. And most importantly, Jupiter and Mars in opposition. Now this is happening throughout the weekend. Why did I set you up for this moment? It's because we are literally changing our perspective. There has been so much information. We are looking at our attitude. We are looking at all of our mind and all this mental stuff. It is a new belief we are stepping into. There's a feeling of us wanting to just take off right now. Bye, I'm out of here. But the truth is, we need to take off based off the information that's gathered, based off having the right attitude, based off having the right state of mind to take it off. In order to push the launch button, which is Jupiter and Gemini, curiosity, all this great energy that's ready to lift off and take Mars on the big journey, it has to be in alignment. We need to take our heads and go with a new belief. It's when we get stuck into old beliefs. It's when we get stuck into getting trapped in the mind, having the wrong attitude, that prevents the launch button. So there's a lot of intense energy. And by the way, the moon taps into this on Saturday and makes a perfect trine and a sextile over to this. So Saturday is the day to emotionally see if the filter's right, making sure that your ego and what you want in the world is based off a new attitude, which is based off new beliefs, which is based off the truth of who you really are underneath. And you know what? That truth might be something that people don't like. If you want to be an ice cream man, you're an ice cream man. You know what I mean? That is the truth. Whenever we go into our deep selves, our Scorpio realm, we hide these places. You know, if you want to be a porn star, you want to be a porn star. You know what I mean? That is where we are at in our lives, and we are coming into our truth. But you know what? The handshakes, the compromises, we've gone through those, but it's all about what do you truly want. Is your identity in alignment with what you want deep down inside? And that's what this weekend is. And taking that new perspective and taking our new belief in this transformation of ourselves, in this new place of mind, in a new place where we can feel warm whether or not the river takes us left, right, up, down, or whatever. We find our true self. And as we approach 2012 here, December 21st, it is really ramping us up. It is really exciting energy. And you can make it through this weekend and make it the best weekend if you're the most honest with your true self, if you're the most honest with your head. And get ready because we have a huge full moon coming up before Halloween in Taurus, which is really going to put some new perspective on life. Check out my website. I have my sale, my 1-hour readings for the rest of the weekend, and I have my Back to the Root MP3s. Check it all out at david-palmer.com. I can't wait for Monday. Full moon in Taurus, baby. I'll see you then.